Since 1994, the Best Roller Coaster poll has been ranking the world's roller coasters. In 2013, Bizarro dropped to 4th after earning the top steel coaster rank for 6 straight years. Data on 11 of the top steel coasters from this poll are presented in the accompanying table. What do these data indicate about the length of the track and the duration of the ride you can expect? Okay, so let's look at the data. Okay, so we kind of take a glance at it first. Okay, so here are my top 11. It looks like they've left out a couple. They may have been weird or wonky or outliers. So we're going to go ahead and open this up in StatCrunch. Okay, and it wants to know about the construct a scatter plot of the data. And if you look at the scatter plot, we're looking at length and duration. And it doesn't really matter in this case, length versus duration, right? So I glanced down here and it looks like all of the lengths are on the x-axis. Sometimes it does matter, but in this case it does not matter. Sometimes there's a clear independent versus dependent variable. In this case, there's really not. So I let the choices kind of help me out. So graph and scatter plot. And what I say, x was the length and the y is the duration. And there's my scatter plot. Okay, it's the only graph this one looks like, and sometimes it is hard to graph it and then pick the graph that looks closest, but if we're looking at these, there's only one that comes even close, and that is D. And you can make these bigger. You can pop it out to make it look a little better. Now we need to find the correlation coefficient. So I need to run a regression, so go to Stat, Regression, and Simple Linear. And we had x as the length and y as the duration. And just keep all the defaults. And all we're looking at here is the correlation coefficient, 0.768. Round to 3 decimal places, 0.768. Okay, so what do these data indicate about the length of the track and the duration of the ride you can expect? So we have 0.77 or so. So that's fairly strong. We'll say moderately strong, positive linear. Positive means as we increase on the x, as the x increases, the length increases, the duration also increases. So these data indicate, and you have to kind of read all these. We want to be really careful with these word causes. We don't generally use those at all when we're doing regression, correlation regression. So you can eliminate anything that says causes. Indicated in general, the longer a track corresponds. Corresponds or associates with are the words that we generally use there. Okay, so I hope that helps.